We, the volunteers at Vasudeva Kudumbakam, are a bunch of like minded mental health advocates working pro bono under the guidance of Atman Prakash Foundation. Our aim is to spread mental health awareness and to help create an environment that is empathetic and safe for those going through mental health concerns. After receiving support from the community for the various initiatives undertaken during this journey, we have decided to talk about a prevalent concern faced by the youth. This is our way of showing gratitude and giving back to the community.
Hi, how are you doing today? Well, for me, I was feeling very anxious in the morning, but then I met my best friend and I felt content. And now that I'm talking to you guys, I'm very enthusiastic. क्या आप सब ये सोच रहे हैं कि मैं इतने बड़े बड़े शब्द क्यों यूज कर रही हूँ? वेल, वो इसलिए क्योंकि मैं अपनी इमोशनल वोकैबुलरी इंप्रूव करना चाहती हूँ. What exactly is emotional vocabulary and ये हम सबके लिए क्यों important है? Emotional vocabulary helps us convey our own feelings and also helps us understand the way that others feel. So simply put, it's associating words with our feelings or emotions. So we know words like angry, happy, sad, anxious. But क्या हमें ये पता है कि हम अपने गुस्से को जताने के लिए और भी कई वर्ड्स का इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं, जैसे frustrated, annoyed, grumpy, irritated. Let us look at some examples as well. So to show that we are sad, we can use words like mournful, regretful, disappointed. To show that we are happy, we can use words like joyous, elated, excited, thankful. To show that we are at peace, we can use words like calm, cool, quiet. To show that we are embarrassed, we can use words like guilty, ashamed, self-conscious. To show that we are affectionate, we can use words like loving, caring, adoring, fond. Now you must be wondering that why is it important for you, me, or anyone else for that matter to have a good emotional vocabulary? Let me tell you why. Having a good emotional vocabulary not only improves your overall well-being but also your emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence उस तरह की बुद्धि को कहते हैं जो हमें हमारी और दूसरों की भी फीलिंग समझने में मदद करती है. So it improves our relationships and overall mental health. Also, it prevents us from using blanket terms like good or bad to describe our feelings and rather use exact terms for our emotions. Our feelings are more than just good, जैसे आज हमें अच्छा लग रहा है, या more than just bad, जैसे आज हमें बुरा लग रहा है. And all these feelings matter. जब हम अपनी feelings को सिर्फ good या bad, अच्छा या बुरा कहते हैं, तो हम इससे अपनी फीलिंग्स को ठीक से नहीं समझ पाते और हम उन्हें बुरा समझ के अंदर दबा देते हैं. The right vocabulary helps us understand our emotions better, helps us understand where the issues lie, and then come up with a plan to deal with it effectively. So what it leads to is emotional growth and inner growth and maturity. तो अगर ये फीलिंग वर्ड्स यानी कि जो वर्ड्स हमारी फीलिंग्स को डिस्क्राइब करते हैं, अगर ये उतने ही इम्पोर्टेंट हैं, तो हम इन्हें अपने हर दिन की बातचीत में क्यों नहीं यूज करते? Well, maybe because we have been trained to believe that strong emotions should not be shared, or maybe we have never learned the language of correctly describing how we are feeling. To understand this better, let's take a look at an example. नैना अपने बॉस राहुल के साथ एक मीटिंग में है. मीटिंग में राहुल उसकी गलतियां सबके सामने निकाल रहा है, कुछ ऐसी बातें बोल रहा है कि नैना का मन कर रहा है वो गुस्से से फट जाए. She is super angry. Now, anger is one of the most common emotions seen in the workplace. However, a lot of times it's also masked for deeper feelings that could and should be explored. So, yes, Naina is angry, but what if she's also sad? Sad that she couldn't do her work properly. Or anxious that this failure might affect her career later on. So, like her, we also need a specific vocabulary because incorrect identification of emotions also leads to an incorrect response. So now that we know how important having a good emotional vocabulary is, how do we develop and improve upon such an important skill? So what you could do is play emotion charades. It's a very fun game where you could model your face based off a particular emotion and then ask your friend to guess it. You could also maintain an emotions journal or a feelings journal where you write down your feelings so that you can differentiate between multiple feelings and label them efficiently. You could also maintain an emotion dictionary, which would be a list of these feeling words, and consciously make an effort to use these words rather than blanket terms like good, bad, happy, sad. We could also get creative with it. We could use emotion boards or feeling wheels, feeling posters, just anything that would help us learn these words better. Now, it's important that we make a conscious effort to use the words from our emotional vocabulary and correctly identify and label our feelings. So, this would require a modification in the way that we talk in our daily language. So, instead of using phrases like I'm happy, we could use phrases like I'm calm or delighted. A lot of times when we are overwhelmed with emotion, it's very difficult to place a finger on it or label them correctly and identifying them. So at that time, it's important that we calm ourselves down and ask ourselves, why is it that we want to do something or we don't want to do something? And if we do or don't do it, how do we feel? Once there is the recognition of the need, you can also come up with solutions and alternatives to it. So that brings us to the end of this video. I hope these strategies help you express your emotions properly and effectively in the future. Have a wonderful day ahead.